Hello and welcome to the HSBC UK National Track Championships. We'll be live all weekend here from the Manchester National Cycling Centre, and we're going to see very shortly some of the best riders in Britain and the world descend onto these boards. We've got an exciting schedule coming up, but the fun doesn't stop there. In April this year, the BMX UCI Supercross World Cup will be hosted right here on the BMX track over the other side of the venue. Tickets are on sale now, and here's a flavour of what's to come.
Now there comes a time when it's time to roll, and if you don't want to move, you can lose your soul. Just sit back, being comfortable. You're gonna have to answer yes or no. We need to see what you really believe. Are you down for the cause? Are you willing to bleed? And so stop throwing the spine, hop up in the flow, get off the sideline, 'cause it's time.
And if there's anything else from the world of British cycling that you want to know or get information on, then check out britishcycling.org.uk. Now, we are going to be live from the track here in Manchester tonight and throughout the entirety of the weekend and the packed racing schedule, and we want to hear from you. Send your comments, questions and photos in using the hashtag all across social media, hashtag TrackChamps. Now it's time for the race action. Let's join our commentators.
Thank you, Rebecca, and welcome to session 2 of the HSBC British National Track Champs here in Manchester. We had a thrilling first session this morning, a lot of qualifying heats, one national record which I believe could be broken later on this evening again, and we also had, still to be ratified, a world record set in paracycling. So first up in the evening session here will be the female sprint competition down to the semi-finals. We'll have 2 semi-finals involving Sophie Capewell, Blaine Ridge Davis, Katie Archibald and Jessica Crampton. And then after that we'll move on to the men's team sprint semi-finals. Then we'll have a couple of paracycling finals tonight, all the way through to roughly about 9:30 this evening, where we'll see the ceremonies and some of the medalists. But the atmosphere building here in Manchester, getting prepared for the second session. As we said, plenty of racing still to come. We've got, as well as the female sprints, we've got the females pursuit, also the male pursuit, and the men's team sprint final later on this evening. So if you're joining us on Facebook Live, I can remind everybody that you can join us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, hashtag TrackChamps. Get involved with the National Championships here in Manchester. Send us your picture, we'll post it up, make some of you more famous than you already are. So yeah, just join the atmosphere as it starts to build up for this second session. As we said earlier on, some records already been broken. Can some more records be broken later on this evening? And these championships continue on Facebook Live throughout the weekend with double sessions on Saturday and Sunday. So plenty of medals, plenty of action, plenty of stars to watch as they try to become the British national champion and wear that coveted white jersey with the red, white and blue stripes for a year. We've got European champions, we've got world champions here, some of the best track riders in the world. This is all part of the preparation, the build up towards the Olympics next year, 2020. So this is an important part of a lot of the riders' progression. And everybody, of course, wants to wear that national jersey. It's a bit of national pride and honour. Representatives from across the UK are here. You can just see the Welsh flag. The Welsh are here, the Scots are here. Everybody's here to try and win the national title. So just remember, you can get involved. Hashtag Track Champs. Get involved in the national championships. Show your appreciation. And I'm sure the riders will show you what track racing is all about in the events tonight. But first and foremost, we're going to see the female sprint semi-finals. A lot of qualification this morning, culminating in the semi-finals tonight. And we're just going to show you a quick VT of what sprinting's all about.
The sprint is a classic short distance event in which two riders cover 3 laps of the track. Qualification consists of flying start 200 metres time trial. The time trial is followed by knockout heats, fastest versus slowest. From the quarter-finals, the riders race best of 3 heats. Sprint racing is all about the tactics. Riders will sometimes come to a standstill in an effort to make their opponent take the lead, which is the least advantageous position before the final sprint to the finish.
So we're just waiting for the first riders to appear on the track for the sprint semi-final, females. And it does get very tactical with the qualifying this morning. And the first fastest qualifier was Sophie Capewell of Team Terminator. But it doesn't guarantee that she'll become the national champion, because tactics do come into play. The best of 3. So all the riders in our semi-final won their previous quarter-final 2-0. So they eased themselves through to the semi-finals tonight. So we're expecting the semi-finals to be hotly contested. So we're just going to catch up with one of the riders that we caught up with earlier on today, Fred Wright.
Fred Wright joins me now, fresh off the pursuit qualification rounds. Now, I know you guys as a squad, you have your peaks in the season that you're really aiming for. Where are you at in that phase at the moment?
Well, we're like mid sort of track season at the moment. We had a peak for the London World Cup as us academy boys, a sort of bit of relaxing time over Christmas, and now we're trying to peak again for track nationals. So I'm in pretty decent shape at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. And talk us through the qualification for the pursuit, because is it a case of you have to leave everything on the boards to get that seeding?
Oh yeah, totally. I wasn't thinking anything about the next round. I'm kind of trying to convince myself that I can actually do the next round. I'm so knackered, so yeah.
How hard is the fight for national jerseys these days?
Oh, it's compared to years previous. Like, you got John Archibald doing another sea level world record, so it's unbelievable.
It certainly is. Well, we're going to let you cool down, get back on the rollers. Thanks so much.
Just goes to show you the dedication of some of these young riders as they try and win national championship jerseys. Very difficult to keep yourself up, especially over the Christmas New Year when everybody's enjoying themselves. So, the first of the semi-finals. Good Sophie Capewell from Team Terminator on the outside, and in the inside, in all black, is Blaine Ridge Davis from Pekin Challengers and BMX. So both riders here, courtesy of their quarter-final result, 2-0. So Capewell, the fastest qualifier this morning, and certainly the fastest rider on the track in the female sprint, but tactics do come into play. But she's got Blaine Ridge Davis in front of her, and that's where she'll want to keep her. 3 laps of the track, and Blaine Ridge Davis this morning really took on the sprints from the front. She might want to do that to Sophie Capewell. She's setting a good pace here. She wants to remain at the front. She's not slowing to allow Capewell to come by, so maybe learning that she has to make Capewell come around the long way. Capewell, an experienced rider. She's trying to get some height on the track. Blaine Ridge Davis keeps low, but Capewell using the momentum from gaining the height. She starts to push now, and you can see Capewell speed down the back straight, already up and besides the smaller sprinter, and comes over the top to take the first ride. So 1-0, Sophie Capewell from Team Terminator. So a strong ride by the fastest rider in qualifying, and she rode that well. Blaine Ridge Davis wanted to take it on from the front, but she couldn't hold off the fast finishing Sophie Capewell. And you can see from the replay, Blaine Ridge Davis really giving it absolutely everything, forcing Sophie Capewell to come round a long way, but she did have enough power to take the win. So 1-0 to Sophie Capewell. So second of the semi-finals, Katie Archibald. Number 5 on the outside, Jessica Crampton of Sports City Velo. Katie Archibald was second fastest qualifier. She had a hard-fought contest to get here with fellow Scot Lucia Steele, but she won 2-0. And Katie Archibald showing her versatility, doing both the pursuits and the sprints. Different tactic, just staying up high, forcing straight away Jessie Crampton to take the front. Katie Archibald still staying high. Crampton just keeping her up. I think the trick with anybody up against Katie Archibald, who is just a powerhouse, is trying to slow the sprint, using the speed inside the last 200 metres. Archibald wants a faster sprint. She's got the power to do that. Forcing Jessie Crampton to commit. She's committing, but Katie Archibald decided that she's not taking anything. She's trying to go for a long one, but I'm not too sure Katie Archibald has got it. Jessica Crampton is holding her off, and I think Jessica Crampton's got this. Katie Archibald gives up, and Jessie Crampton takes it 1-0. So 1-0 to the Sports City Velo rider, Jessie Crampton, and she'll take confidence from that. Bit of work to be done by Katie Archibald, but it just proves second fastest in the qualifiers that when it comes down to March sprinting, it is about matching not just your physical ability but your mental ability as well. So Jessie Crampton leading out, Katie Archibald coming up early with 1 lap to go. She was battling, going round the long way. She decided, no, it's not going to happen. Decides that she keeps on battling, but Jessie Crampton keeping Katie Archibald on her hip, forcing her around the long way. And in the end, Jessie Crampton takes a 1-0 up in the best of 3. So they'll get to rest a little bit. We'll see them later for the second of the sprint semi-finals. But next up will be the men's team sprint semi-finals. And we'll get plenty of stars in action. So the semi-final draw. In final one, we'll have Blackline Team B against Sports City Velo. Semi-final 2, we'll have Blackline A Team against Team Terminator. Semi-final 3, Slingshot event against Team Scotland. And then semi-final 4, the Northwest, the defending champions, against Blackline C. So the defending champions here, Jack Carlin, Jason Kenny and Ryan Owens. So the team sprint, 3 riders start. They do 3 laps of the track. Each rider will do 1 lap. The time will be taken on the last rider to cross the finishing line. So again, it's just not about sheer strength, although that does a big part in this team sprint. It's getting the changeover correct. The riders practice this day in, day out. All important to get a very good start, so the big powerhouses get a fast start. And then it's about timing your effort, getting that slingshot effect, using your riders to your advantage. But before we get to the first of the semi-finals, we're just going to show you a wee teaser of what team sprinting is all about.
Team sprint. Teams of 3 for men and 2 for women compete over 3 laps for men and 2 laps for women. In the qualifying heat, each team competes against the clock to qualify for the first round. The task of the starting rider is to get out of the gate cleanly and bring the team up to speed as quickly as possible. After 1 lap, the first rider peels off to allow the next rider to make the pace. The leading rider must not swing up before a full lap is complete and must peel off between the area 50 metres after the start line, otherwise the team will be disqualified. The quickest 8 teams in qualifying go through to the first round, in which the fastest compete against the slowest. The winning teams from the first round with the 2 best times will ride off in the finals for gold and silver. The next 2...
So the first semi-final, Blackline B off in the home straight, Sports City Velo in the back straight. So the team in black starting the fastest here. They go fastest, half a second quicker than Sports City Velo in the green. So 1 lap gone and it's still Blackline B. And they've got a commanding lead now into the final lap. And the difference is 2:8.9. So the bell rings, and actually Sports City Velo have taken over the lead in this one. So they've had a good second leg. Can they hang on and take victory in the first of these semi-finals? They're still in the lead, came up to finish. And a convincing one by Sports City Velo, 46.024, which is 0.766 faster than Blackline B. So Sports City Velo will progress into the next round. Joe Partington, Arthur Taggart and Alistair Thomas. So it was a really fast start from Blackline B, and they led initially in the first lap, but it was all about the strength and depth of Sports City Velo as they surpassed Blackline B and took victory and moved forward in the first semi-final of the men's team sprint. So then we'll move on to the next semi-final. Blackline had 4 teams in this event in the qualifying. They've managed to put 3 of their teams into the semi-finals. We've just seen a Blackline B. Now we'll see the A team. The 18 will line up in the home straight against Team Terminator. So both in black kit, Team Terminator with a kind of fluorescent green on their kit. In the home straight with Blackline A team, we have Peter Mitchell, Niall Monks and Alex Spratt. But in the back straight, we have Team Terminator with Jake Comery, Daniel Cooper, Matty Eggleston. So this is a Blackline A. They've already seen Blackline B being defeated. So what can they do? They have to win this one if they want to progress. So Peter Mitchell, Niall Monks, Alex Spratt, 10 seconds to go. They need a good start and to finish it off. There they go. Big gear, push, push, push. Both teams away very, very quickly. Gap starting to open Sport City, but it's Blackline A that are fastest. But there's a big, big gap. Probably too big a gap. Still Blackline A. Just. So we now go into the bell lap. So the third rider will take it round. So the final lap now is still Blackline A, but a matter of 1 second. So it does look as if they're going to progress. So Blackline A team just coming up to take the line with a very convincing win, 45-642 to Team Terminator, 47-430. So quite a convincing win there by Blackline A, Peter Mitchell, Niall Monks and Alex Spratt. So at least the Blackline A, one of their teams so far, will progress into the next round. So a strong team start from Team Terminator, but it was all about Blackline A. Big gap opened initially, but they were determined and brought it through in the end to take the win from Team Terminator. So Blackline A through to the next round. So then on to semi-final 3, we'll see Slingshot in the home straight, Team Scotland in the back straight. And Slingshots have got Alistair Fielding, Lewis Stewart, Hamish Turnbull. For Team Scotland in the back straight, we'll have Jack Cruden, Alfie George and Jamie Penny. So Scotland's in the back straight in the blue.
Semi-final 3, this sees the 2 Scottish teams going head-to-head. Let's welcome them to the start line.
So Slingshot in the purple.
Straight, we have Jack Cruden, Alfie George and Jamie Penny. And in the home straight, in the purple of Slingshot, we have Alistair Fielding, Lewis Stewart and Hamish Turnbull.
So not only strength comes into play with the sprinters here, it's about the changes and using the slingshot slipstream effect of the riders in front. So off they go, clean start now. Slingshot in the purple, So you can see the gaps starting to appear, and they'll do that intentionally so they can ride into it and close it down as they come up to the change. You can see Team Scotland just going into, punching into that gap there, pushing round. Bit of a gap between the riders from Slingshot. Scotland behind at this moment, Slingshot in the lead. It's a matter of about 2 seconds, so it looks like Team Slingshot are taking this one from Team Scotland, but Scotland not giving up. So just coming up to finish 45.038 for Slingshot. Was just a touch under 60 kilometres an hour on average, and 48.050 for Team Scotland. So Slingshot will move through into the next round. So quite a convincing victory for Team Slingshot there. 45 against the 48 from Team Scotland. So as we see that again, strong start from both Slingshots. Gaps appearing between, but they had it under control. Team Scotland toiling at this moment, and it was Slingshot that won this battle with Scotland. So last of the semi-finals, the defending champions, the Northwest. They have Jack Carling, Jason Kenny, CBE and Ryan Owens. It will be Ryan Owens leading the way, followed by Jack Carling. And then we have Jason Kenny.
Representing Blackline C in the back straight, Joseph Corkerton, Rowan Elliott and Matthew Whiting.
I'm just looking now at the start sheet. It looks as if they have replaced Jack Carling with Phil Hines. So Phil Hines is now replaced. You're allowed to enter. Oh, bit of a problem here in the back straight by Blackline C. So Northwest will have Ryan Owens to start, Philip Hines and Jason Kenny. So Jack Carlin being replaced in this one. He was the second rider. So one of the riders from Blackline just fell over. Kevin Stewart just asking the riders if they can just be released. But no, they're holding. Green has been shown. And Blackline C are ready to go. Joseph Corkerton, Rowan Elliott and Matthew Whiting really up against it, the defending champions. Olympic champions, world champions, you name it. The Northwest have got plenty of top riders. So Northwest expecting to take victory here, but I'm sure Blackline C will give them a good fight. Last year's champions, they qualified 43.544. They went a little bit quicker this morning in qualifying. So Jack Carlin now has been replaced with Philip Hines in the middle. So 10 seconds to the start. So off they go. Ryan Owens leads the way for the Northwest. Got Blackline C in the back straight, but straight away Northwest are up there. Philip Hines now takes his turn, and this is fast. Northwest already with the Blackline C pretty much in the same straight here. So the bell rings, Jason Kenny takes over, and this is a super ride here. Jason Kenny coming up here to finish with a very fast time, 43.437. So the fastest time of the day, 62.159 kilometres an hour, so super fast by the defending champions. And Jason Kenny leads over the line with 43.437. Blackline C, they finished with a time of 49.503. So as expected, the favourites move on with the fastest time. So Blackline C, we're always up against it with the defending champions. They put up a fight, but it wasn't to be this evening. As Philip Hines moves over, allows Jason Kenny to go into the final lap and lead across the line with the fastest time of the evening. So that concludes the semi-final draw of the evening in the team sprints, and we'll see the finals later on this evening. Next up in the session will be paracycling, the 200 metres final on the tandems for the blind and visually impaired. And we had some great racing this morning. So the tandem's getting ready to come onto the track. So this will be the 200 metres, flying 200 metres.
The officials hard at work. But we have a huge round of applause for the commissars, all the officials, all the volunteers as well.
So just a slight pause in the programme. We're just waiting for the first pairing. They will start in the back straight. They will come through to the finish and do 3 laps of the track.
As soon as they are set, the doctors will get underway with the next competition. It is BVI paracycle 200 metre semi-trial. Something that's happened.
So the first team is Laura Turner. She'll be piloted by Alison Fofargue of Team Impella. And this is a mixed paracycling event. So you'll get your time, and then you'll get a factored time depending on your impairment, and that will determine who wins gold, silver and bronze. So 7 entrants. And already this morning, the last tandem off, Sophie Thornhill rode well this morning, Neil Fackey as well. Alex Pope already has a medal. It's a bronze medal earlier today. So up in the track they go. So Laura Turner from Lichfield City CC, piloted by Alison Fofargue, Team Impella. They'll cross the line now. They'll start to build up their tempo, their speeds, They'll want to rise up on the track and just stay high and start to build that speed. And you see them accelerate with 1 lap to go, and when they hit the 200-metre line, that's when the time will start. So still building up the speed. Four laps to go now. So the tandem having more laps to build up their speed. So the key is not to tire yourself out too much. It's all about the last 200 metres. So you can physically see them getting faster all the time. It's all about building speeds, maintaining momentum. And next time round they'll be flat out coming down this part of the track. So keeping as close to the hoardings at the top of the track as possible. Speed building all the time into the banking. They'll start to accelerate now as they dive down to the bottom of the track. Try and hold it as low as possible, just coming up ever so slightly onto the red line, keeping it smooth, keeping the power down into turn 3, soon into turn 4, into the finishing straight, and they'll set a benchmark time of 12.639. So that's the benchmark before we factor in so straight up onto the track is the next pairing, and that will be Simon Thomas as Towie Racing CC and Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett at the front, pilot, Simon Thomas at the back in the yellow helmet. So the riders start in the back straight, they come down to the finish where they will have 6 laps. So Simon Thomas and Chris Barnett will come across the finishing line. There'll be 5 laps to go for them now. So a long, slow build up for the tandems. So 4 laps this time. The riders just getting mentally prepared, staying high in the banking. Just building, slowly building that momentum up without tiring themselves out too much. With 3 to go. So the benchmark 12.639, but that time will be factored into their impairment. So now 2 laps to go for Simon Thomas and Chris Barnett as the pace starts to build. Building, staying high as possible. Into the finishing straight, they'll hear the bell. They want to get speed up, they dive down very, very quickly. Try and keep under that red line. They just pop up above it, taking a bit longer to come round this track. Still up above it, as they push hard towards the finish. Hit the finish with an 11.283, just goes to show you with the speed that that these tandems were going round the track, just pushing them a little bit above that red line. So already the next pairing on the track, Jack Garner and Joshua Dunham for VC St Raphael. Close call there, but the slow build up begins yet again with Jack Garner and Joshua Dunham. Just look at this close call. Oh, nearly. Seen many accidents in the past in this event, but that was a close call. Very difficult for Simon Thomas and Chris Barnett, having given their absolutely everything, and then seeing Jack Garner and Joshua Dunham close the door unintentionally in front of them, but a good bit of bike handling by both riders there. So full concentration from the duo from VC St Raphael. So 3 laps to go this time. Staying as high as possible. Just winding that big gear up in the tandem. The benchmark 11.283. So 2 laps to go. So you'll see them down the back straight start to increase the tempo. Faster and faster. Into the biking for the penultimate time. Out the saddle, they're starting to go for it now. Diving down, can they hold that black line? Will they stay underneath the red line just to pop up above it now? But they're travelling fast. Coming into the finishing straight, and they are looking fast. Finish with a time of 10.686. So that's the fastest time so far. 10.686 by the duo from the VC St Raphael, Jack Garner and Joshua Dunham. So a good performance there. So these tandems getting faster and faster. So next pairing up, already with a medal earlier on today, is Alex Pope of SES Racing. And then we have Lewis Oliva. We talked about Lewis earlier on today. Very interesting. He's moved off over to paracycling. Was the British Keirin champion last year. And it used to be that you had 2 years not to be registered with any UCI team, but now it's only 12 months. So 12 months out of any major competition, Lewis Oliva has come over to pilot in paracycling. So already showed his credentials as an elite cyclist. Now trying to help Alex Pope by piloting him to potential glory. So 3 laps to go for Oliva on the front and Pope.
Let's go in now, back straight.
So 10.686. Can they beat the time? 2 laps to go, and you can almost see physically they're building the speed down the back straight, and you see a big acceleration now, hugging the top, and now we'll see the acceleration. Staying in the saddle, big push now, dive down to the bottom of the track, stay as low as possible. I think all the tandems been pushed out over that red line. full commitment now into the finishing straight. Another fast time, 10.445. So that's the fastest time so far. So these tandems getting faster and faster. So Alex Pope and Luis Oliva setting the fastest time. We'll wait for confirmation at the end after everybody's ridden, because their teams they'll have to factor in their impairments in to see who will win the medals. But all of these teams going faster and faster. The coach just giving them a thumbs up for Alex Pope and Luis Oliva, so they're happy with that. So next, the black line team of James Ball and Pete Mitchell. Pete Mitchell at the front with his own name on the side of his skin suit. James Ball at the back in the blue. And they're just taking the first lap nice and easy. There's no point tiring yourself out. It's all about the last 200 metres, as long as you get up to speed and build that momentum. So nice and relaxed. Pete Mitchell, an experienced elite cyclist himself in the past. So Pete Mitchell still just sitting up, not in the sprint. He just goes down now, 3 laps to go. So start the concentration. The build-up begins. And throughout this 200 metre flying lap time trial, the tandems have got quicker and quicker. So nice and steady for Peter Mitchell and James Ball. Staying high on the track. Coming around to 2 laps to go. And now down the back straight, let everybody that's preceded them start to build the momentum. And have they got the timing right? They have decided to take it easy early, but now full gas out the saddle, both of them diving down. Keep it low, keep it smooth, and they have done. Down the back straight, just moving up into turn 4 onto the finishing straight, and this again looks fast, and this is 9.981. So the first team that goes under 10 seconds. Punch there from James Ball. He liked that one. So just goes to show you the first 2 or 3 laps, nice and steady, nice and relaxed, and just making sure you get the best out the pairing. So on to the penultimate pairing. Neil Fackey, MBA at the back there. Matt Rotherham at the front. World champions. And still to be ratified, but set a new world record earlier on today. So on form, and they were on form a couple of weeks ago in the World Cup here in Manchester, Paracycling World Cup. So can they go faster than the previous pairing of Ball and Mitchell? Again, Matt Rotherham looks relaxed. Nice and slow build up this one. Just showing their experience. It's nice and steady. No rush. So saving all that energy to go as fast as they can into this final lap. just see them just trying to G themselves up, getting ready. Inside 2 laps to go. So next time round you see them starting to build up the speed. So they'll see 2 to go. You just see physically the speed building up now, keeping high. You see a big acceleration down the back. Here we go. Staying high, very high indeed, and going to use the banking to their advantage. Now they're up. They dive down. Can they keep it low? Keep it under that red line, and they do. Matt Rotherham at the front, just coming up ever so slightly, slingshotting themselves round the final banking up to the line, and it's going to be another quick one. 9.759. The fastest time by 0.22. Neil Fackie with his hands in the air yet again. They really are the dynamic duo. Matt Rotherham at the front, Neil Fackie at the back. And they don't just give away these World Championship bands. They deserve it. And they're really entertaining the crowd tonight. So, the last pairing. Sophie Thornhill, MBE, and Helen Scott. Again, world champions of their own rights in their own category. This is a mixed paracycling category, and that's why we have to factor the times. So go as fast as you can. Hopefully the factor time will give you that coveted British Championship. So what can they do? Fackie's already seen. They've gone fast. Sophie Thornhill, an accomplished paracyclist, Commonwealth Games champion. Full of concentration, this pairing. You could see before that Matt Rotherham and Pete Mitchell were a bit more relaxed, but this is a bit more concentrated by Helen Scott. So 3 laps to go now. Sophie Thornhill, MBE, and Helen Scott starting to build early, the speed, keeping high on the track, but very experienced. 2 laps to go now, and you'll see them physically get faster down the back straight. Here they go, starting to power a little bit more, working with each other, staying high. Here we go, 1 lap to go. They're staying high, staying late, dive down, try and keep low. Everybody's just moving up ever so slightly to that red line. They're above it into the final banking, coming up the finishing straight. What can they do? And it's going to be 10.850. It puts them in 5th place, but we'll have to wait to see the factor time, who's going to be winning the medals. But certainly for me, some really fast times by these tandem pairings, and the thumbs up from Sophie Thornhill and Helen Scott. They think they've done enough, but we'll have to wait and see when the ratification from the judges and the results to see who will take gold, silver and bronze. So some great racing here from the paracyclists. So just a reminder, you can get involved with us here at the HSBC British Cycling Track Championships in Manchester across your social media. Hashtag Track Champs. Send us your pictures. Get involved. So hashtag Track Cycling for all your tweets and Instagrams. You can see the commissaires, referees removing the sponges as we start to look at the next event. But let's look at what we've seen so far. So every tandem went quicker and quicker. Some good experienced riders here. Luis Oliva on the front here, piloting Alex Pope. And then Pete Mitchell came with James Ball. Then we saw the first of the world champions pairings, Matt Rotheringham and Neil Faki. And last but not sure, Sophie Thornhill and Helen Scott. So next up will be the semi-final, match B for females. And the first riders up pairing will be Sophie Capewell and Blaine Ridge Davis. So the women's sprints, Capewell 1-0 up. It's the rider on the right hand side, already a national champion. You can see from the stripes on her skin suit. In the all black, Blaine Ridge Davis, and she needs to win this round if she wants to stay in the competition. But she's up against Capewell, who can round her. So it's already shown that she is the fastest rider. So Blaine Ridge Davis will have to think what her tactics are going to be. Starting at the back this time. May have the element of surprise. But certainly for me, Sophie Capewell, fastest in qualifying, and throughout this competition has looked super strong and super fast. Blaine Ridge Davis decides that she's taking on, she doesn't want to play the games, she's taking on the front, and I'm pretty sure that Sophie Capewell is happy with this. She rises up the track to Sophie, trying to see if Blaine Ridge Davis will commit to something. Again up the track, gaining the height here for Sophie Capewell. Trying to bully Blaine Ridge Davis a little bit. The bell goes. Sophie Capewell straight over the top. Blaine Ridge Davis a lot to do here, and I don't think she's going to be able to do that. The gap opens ever so slightly, 2 bike lengths into the finishing straight, and it's going to be a win and into the final for Sophie Capewell from Team Terminator. A demanding display, and she has looked super cool and super good all the way through this competition, and easily into the final. So that last 200 metres, 11.736. And it was all about Blaine Ridge Davis. What could she do to hold off Sophie Capewell? Well, the answer was, with 1 lap to go, Sophie Capewell decided, I'm going for this. And she never looked back. So 2-0 to Sophie Capewell, and she moves into the final. So who will join her? As we see on the outside, Katie Archibald and Jessica Crampton from Sport City Velo in the inside. And Jessica Crampton 1-0 up after the first round. So Katie Archibald's got it all to do. Second in qualification, but she has to win this leg. if she wants to stay in the competition. Also involved with the pursuit today is Katie Archibald. Sprinting, pursuing, and over the weekend she's got some bunch events. One thing she does is give it her all, and she's learning all the time about track sprinting. She's pushing Jessica. She wants Jessica to commit early. And here we go, the bell. And it's now Katie Archibald. The last time Katie Archibald went early, and as Katie Archibald got enough to come round Jessie Crampton, and I don't think she has. Jessie Crampton got this one. Too much for Katie Archibald, and Jessica Crampton takes 2-0, so she will go into the final. Later on with Sophie Capewell, and Katie Archibald and Blaine Ridge Davis will have to fight for the bronze medal. So there's confirmation. Jessica Crampton 12.003 beats Katie Archibald and will now move into the gold medal ride-off. Well, into the final lap, and Jessica Crampton took it down the back straight to see if Katie Archibald can come round her, and the answer was no. And Jessica Crampton convincingly wins 2-0 against Katie Archibald and will move into the final to fight off for the gold and silver with Sophie Capewell. So straight wins for Sophie Capewell and Jessica Crampton, and we'll see that final later on this evening. Blaine Ridge Davis and Katie Archibald will have to fight out for the bronze medal. So next up we will see the paracycling C class 1 to 5 200 metre flying, and very much like we've already seen with the tandem, they will do start in the back straight, and when they come through to the finish they'll see 3 laps. I'll just go through the start list. We'll have Nicholas Fairfield, Ryan Scaddon, Colin Wallace, Wayne Harrods, John Allen Butterworth MBE, Jodie Cundy OBE, James Crosley, Findlay Graham, and last but not least Blaine Hunt.
Well, we've all seen the velodrome by now, but I want to show you something just through here. Come on in and check this out. Now, not everybody knows that also here at the Manchester National Cycling Centre is a BMX track. And in fact, Martin, there is quite a big crossover historically between the BMX track.
It does. A lot of riders over the years, especially the British riders, have started out in BMX because you're a really good grounding that you want to move to track cycling. So Chris Boyd, Jamie Starr, Sinead Reid, and the latest of which being Blaine Ridge Davis, the first European Junior Champion since Sinead Reid. And furthermore, it's so much fun. It's one of the coolest things you can do BMX.
It certainly is very cool, and the reason we thought you in here is because this year in April, the UCI BMX Supercross World Cup will take place right here. And it's a bit of a revamp, it's fair to say. There's some changes.
So straight into this next event, Nicholas Fairfield from City Road Club in Hull.
We certainly do, and you can get involved. Tickets are on sale now. Check out british.org.uk.
Tickets are all on sale. We've got a competition here in the meantime.
So 9 starters, 2 laps to go for Nicholas. And he'll want to gain momentum down this back straight. Stay as high as he can. And here we go into the finishing straight. The bell will ring, and he wants to dive down to the bottom of the track, stay as low as possible. He hits the 200-metre line, down the back straight, power away into turn 3, then into 4, onto the finish, and he's going to set the benchmark. And that benchmark is going to be 14.464. Next rider on the track, we have Ryan Scaddon. So a good effort there from Nicholas Fairfield of City RC from Hull. But all eyes on Ryan Scaddon. Comes down the finishing straight with 2 laps to go. These riders already competed earlier on today in the 1,000-metre time trial. Building some momentum down the back. Decide to stay low on the track. Here we go, the bell lap. Here he goes, 200 metres. He starts to power down the back straight, try and keep it as low as possible. Here we go, onto the finishing straight. Clocks a time of 17.643. Just to remind everybody, this is a mixed event from C1 to 5. And all times will be factored depending on their disability. So from the D side, Thistle, Colin Wallace. So 2 laps to go, or inside 2 laps to go for Colin Wallace. So the benchmark time 14.464. Here we go, 200-metre line. The clock started. As Colin Wallace powers back down the back straight, into the banking, into the finishing straight, and he powers his way to the line. And we'll just wait for confirmation of Colin's time. But straight on to John Allen Butterworth, MBE in the black. So 2 laps to go for John Allen Butterworth. As he heads down the back straight. So looking out the saddle, looking to use the banking to his advantage. Out the saddle he goes, dives down inside that red sprinters line, tried to keep low as possible. He looks fast down the back straight into the final banking, up the finishing straight, and he's going to set the fastest time so far with 13.486. So again, the times will be factored according to the disability. So this is a mixed paracycling event. So a good ride there by John Allen Butterworth. So the next person up, already a medalist this morning, Jodie Cundy, and in fact, sorry, John Allen Butterworth. And here he goes, and he looks super fast. Down to the bottom of the track, flying down the back straight, up to the finish, and with a time of 10.673, so fastest by about 3 seconds. So a super performance there by John Allen Butterworth. So on to the next rider, Jodie Cundy, OBE, medalist in the 1,000 metre time trial this morning. A fierce competitor is Jodie Cundy, former Paralympic and world champion in swimming, now a Paralympic and world champion in cycling. A fierce competitor. It's Jodie Cundy, goes down the back straight. You can see that he's gathering momentum the whole time, staying as high as possible. Out the saddle, here he comes, the bell rings, and he'll look for that black line, diving down, staying as low as possible as he powers himself into the final banking, up the finishing straight, and this looks super fast. Wow, 10.485. So that's only a matter of 0.188 faster than John Allen Butterworth. So Jodie Cundy setting the fastest time. Will that be enough when they factor in his disability time? We'll have to wait and see. So next rider is James Crosley from Bicester Millennium CC. So 2 laps to go for James. He's gathering speed now, out the saddle. The bell rings. Raised a little bit high, but still gaining some good speed here. High again on the banking, and that will cost him a bit of time as he comes up to finish with a time of 13.761. Goes into 4th place, and we'll have to wait and see if we'll get an opportunity to go to the medal ceremony. So next is Finlay Graham from the Glasgow cycling team. Showed well already this morning. So Finlay Graham, what can he do? The penultimate rider in this event. 2 laps to go for Finlay. You can see already he's gathering speed and momentum. Out the saddle he goes, and he's carrying some good speed into the banking here. Powering down the back straight, and again another rider that's looking fast. He's got the finish within his sight. What can he do? And he finishes with a time of 11.863, which is 1.378 slower than the fastest time. Sits in third place. And now we have the last rider, Blaine Hunt from Outcast, on the track in the red. So what can Blaine do? Again, another rider that's rode well earlier on today in the 1,000-metre time trial. Full of concentration. Start the acceleration. Into the banking, staying high. Out the saddle. It's time to go. He's powering down the finishing straights. Dives down to that black line. Tries to stay under the red line. Powers into the final banking. Blaine Hunt looking fast here. Good momentum up to the finish with a time of 10.692. Goes into third place. So 0.207 slower than the fastest time. So we had 3 riders at the 10-second mark. So we just have to wait once they factor in the times. We'll have to wait and see who will claim the British title a little bit later on tonight at the medal ceremony.
So put your hands together, Manchester. Once again, the counter-sexual competition teams. And Susan, the elected club presentation.
So full commitment from all the riders in this event. All various disabilities, not stopping them from getting everything they can out of cycling, chasing that championship gold medal, each with their own effort. And we'll have to wait and see once their time is factored who will take this coveted national championship. So next event will be the female pursuit, the rides from 5th to 8th place. But before we go to the next events, just a gentle reminder about the BMX World Cup coming to Manchester in April.
So as well as the medal factory, the world famous velodrome here at the National Cycling Centre, behind us is a world-class BMX track as well.
And this track is where the UCI BMX Supercross World Cup will take place in April. Tickets are on sale now. You can get involved. For more information, check out britishcycling.org.uk.
Now there comes a time when it's time to roll. And if you don't want to move, you can lose your soul. This ain't sit back being comfortable. You're gonna have to answer yes or no. We need to see what you really believe. Are you down for the cause? Are you willing to bleed? If so, then start growing the spine. Hop up in the flow, get off the sideline. 'Cause it's time.
So in the home straight, we have Megan Barker from drops. And on the back straight, we'll have Emily Kay of Torelli Brother. And in the previous round, Megan Barker 3:34, Emily Kay 3:36, so 2 seconds between them. All about recovery. Can Emily Kay make up that time? And this is for the places from 5th to 8th. So a clean start from both riders. So heat 1, it's 2 heats. And the fastest time over both of these heats will finish 5th. Second fastest will be 6th. And down to 8th place. So no medals at stake. Bit of pride in where you're going to finish in the national championships. And already Emily Kay setting the fastest time. Megan Barker for drops just a little bit slower. But all of these contests, not a lot between them. Round 1 result, there was 2 seconds between each of these riders. And Emily Kay still with a slight advantage of about half a second. So a steady start from both riders. And this time it's all about time. And looking at the coaches, they look as if both riders are just slightly up in their schedule. So both riders looking to finish as high up as possible in this national championship. So again, no medal at stake, but a bit of national pride. Emily Kay just in front from Megan Barker. And Emily Kay just extending her lead ever so slightly. Still powering away. Really not a lot between them now. Kind of toing and froing a little bit now. So they're pretty much matched. Not a lot between them. And it's still Emily Kay leading the way. Megan Barker still got a little bit to do. So only 0.4 of a second between Kay and Barker. There was 2 seconds between them this morning. So they're fighting for this. So Emily Kay still in the lead, just extending that ever so slightly now to over 1 second. So Emily Kay was actually slower than Megan Barker this morning by 2 seconds. It looks as if she's turning this around. So the bell lap, so 1 lap to go. And it looks as if Emily Kay has turned this one around from this morning. 2 seconds slower than Megan Barker. And Emily Kay looks as if she's going to take this one. Up to the finish. She goes faster than she did this morning. 3:35. Megan Barker slower than she was this morning by 2 seconds. 3:36. So a good contest, which just goes to show you that a double effort in a day like this today can have the difference when it comes to riding for the placings. So there we have it. Emily Kay, 3:35, 1:12. Megan Barker, 3:36, 2:97. The confirmed result. We'll have another heat. And the fastest of these heats will go 5th. So for the moment, Emily Kay is in prime position. And of all the riders that qualified this morning, she was the slowest. But obviously recovering better and going actually faster this evening than she did earlier on today. So the next heat we'll see Emily Nelson from RST Cycle Division RT on the home straight, and at the back straight at the bottom in the reds, Josie Knight from Brother UK Fusion RT. Only 1 second between them this morning in qualifying, 3:32 to 3:33, so this should be another good contest. And Josie Knight deciding that she's looking to change nationality from Ireland to Great Britain, and shown already with a 33 this morning that it might be a good choice. So already Emily Nelson setting the fastest time, but only seconds to Emily Kay. So still early in this event, only 500 metres. Emily Nelson is a commanding lead now over Josie Knight. You see the difference, 1.417. So Emily Nelson making good work of this. Now goes first fastest of the 58th places. So Emily Nelson of RST looking to take that 5th place. Still looking strong, but Josie Knight is holding her, 1.3 between both riders. And Emily Nelson 0.6 up on Emily Kay. It's Josie Knight in 4th place. So Emily Nelson pushing for that 5th place. Josie Knight sitting in 8th at the moment. What has she got left? So Nelson still with the advantage, looking good for 5th place in this competition. As we come round to 4 laps to go, and it's still Emily Nelson, 1 second quicker than anybody else going for these places. 1.5 seconds behind is Josie Knight, and if she keeps going, she could be improving her place in this competition. But it looks like Emily Nelson is going to take this heat, and more importantly is going to put herself in 5th position in this competition. She's still 0.7 faster than Emily Kay, so a super strong ride by Emily Nelson. She set a time this morning of 3:32. Can she beat that time? Still a good ride here by Josie Knight from Brother UK Fusion RT. So the bell for Emily Nelson. Josie Knight also takes the bell. So looking good for Emily Nelson to take this 5th spot. She comes up to the line and she'll finish with a time of 3:34. So 3:34, 3:86. And Josie Knight 3:37.059. So slightly slower than their times this morning, but Emily Nelson will now take 5th place. Emily Kate in 6th, Megan Barkin in 7th, which leaves Josie Knight in 8th place. So both riders a clean start, a good competition in the end, but it was always going the way of Emily Nelson from RST Cycle Division. She started fast, finishes even faster, and takes 5th place in the competition. So we move swiftly on to the bronze medal ride-off. So we already know 4th to 8th, but who's going to take the first medal of the 3,000 metre pursuits? Is it going to be Eleanor Dixon from Drops in the home straight, or Manon Lloyd from Drops in the back straight? 2 seconds between both of them in the qualifying round. So another good start by both, and this is a match sprint. So the first rider to finish after 12 laps will take the bronze medal. They'll have a schedule, but it's all about match pursuiting. And so far, it's Manon Lloyd setting the fastest time. So teammates, not a lot between them. Pretty much equal, only about 7/100ths of a second. 300ths to a second in the favour of Manon Lloyd. So still very, very tight. Earlier on today, as we already mentioned, so only 2 seconds in the favour of Eleanor Dixon. So now Eleanor Dixon takes the advantage by 600ths of a second from Manon Lloyd. So is there any of them holding back? Match pursuiting, a little bit different to going for a time. Very, very evenly matched. Half a second down now is Manon Lloyd. So 2 seconds between them in the qualifying, but now the power going down from Eleanor Dixon. Manon Lloyd slipping back to 0.7 of a second. So Eleanor Dixon starting to show, starting to put the power down. Her coach asking for a little bit more now. So 1 second between the teammates. Eleanor Dixon leading the way from Manon Lloyd. 1.205 now. So it was close early on, but it looks like Eleanor Dixon is going to be taking the bronze medal here. So a strong performance from Eleanor Dixon. We're coming up to 2 laps to go, 500 metres now. And it's Eleanor Dixon from Manning Lloyd by just over 2 seconds. So Eleanor Dixon on to her last lap now. She will be taking the bronze medal in the 3,000 metre female pursuit by commanding performance. What time is she going to set? She comes up to the line to take that bronze medal with a time of 3:31.012. Manning Lloyd finishes with a time of 3:34.573. So slightly slower than the round 1 result, but confirmation that Eleanor Dixon from Drops is beating her teammate Manning Lloyd, and she will take that bronze medal. So there it's confirmed, female pursuit final, right off for the bronze. Eleanor Dixon 3:31.012, Manning Lloyd, her teammate 3:34.573. So just confirmation that Eleanor Lloyd from Drops will take the bronze medal. So a nice start by both riders, and it was quite an even contest pretty much through half of this competition, 3,000 metres, but in the end teammates but rivals on the track, and it was Eleanor Dixon that took the bronze medal in the end. So now we have the final. The defending champion in the home straight and fastest qualifier, Katie Archibald. We've just seen her in the match sprinting, so she hasn't had a lot of time to recover for this. On the back straight, we have fellow Scot Nia Evans of Team Hoop, and 1 second between them in the qualifying. So it's Katie Archibald going to defend her title. Is Nia Evans going to take that title from her? There they go. Katie Archibald maybe doesn't start as fast as Nia Evans, but she certainly can finish fast. So Nia Evans, faster starter by 0.5 of a second, and we knew that. So the battle of the Scots for the British title, and Katie Archibald is trailing fellow Scots by a matter of 1.4 seconds, and really no surprise with the sprinting she's had today and the pursuiting. But Nia Evans getting faster and faster and impressing all the time. Set a time this morning of 3:29. The national records held by Katie Archibald, 3:24. So Katie Archibald was fastest this morning in 3:28 qualification, but she's trailing Nia Evans by 1.576. But this is by far not over. They've only done 1,000 metres, 1.5 seconds between the Scots. Katie Archibald will get faster and faster. Looking at the coaches on the sides, both are up on schedule, so this is going to be a battle. So they set off with a schedule, still 1.5 between them. Now looking at the coach of Katie Archibald, and he's standing before the line, so it looks like Katie Archibald is pretty much almost on schedule or slightly down in schedule as they pass This is going to be some contest, this one, because it looks as if both are on schedule now. Katie Archibald is coming back, 1.225. This is going to be a close one. 4 laps to go, so 1 kilometre to go, and only 1 second between the pairing. So Nia Evans starting to rock and roll a little bit. Katie Archibald coming back at 0.8 of a second. 3 laps to go. Katie Archibald is coming back. This is going to be a close one, 0.5 of a second. This one's going to come down to the wire. Oh, 0.172. Katie Archibald has got the momentum. She now goes into the lead, 0.254. So it looks as if Katie Archibald, the slower start suiting her, now up in schedule, wants to defend her title, moving further and further ahead of Nia Evans by 0.7 of a second. The bell rings. Looks as if Katie Archibald, sprinting or pursuing, she gives it absolute everything, and it looks as if she's going to take her second national title in the pursuit. Nia Evans a fine second place, but Katie Archibald coming up to the line. She stops with a time of 3:27 to take the gold medal. She goes faster than she did this morning. Nia Evans 2.7 seconds behind, but a valiant effort by Nia Evans. 3:30. A great final in the female women's 3,000 metres pursuit between the two Scots, and Katie Archibald shows her class and defends her title. So confirmation there, 3:27 against 3:30. Katie Archibald takes gold. Nia Evans takes the silver medal. And there they go. Great performance that was. A great ride by both Scots here. Katie Archibald was trailing pretty much the whole way until the last 500 metres. Nia Evans put up a good fight, but in the end it was the defending champion and British record holder that held off the fast starting Nia Evans to take her title for the second year in a row. So just a reminder, on social media you can join the fun of the HSBC National Championships here in Manchester. Post up your pictures, tweet them, Instagram them, do whatever you need to do, and we will put them up on Facebook Live. Everybody here to enjoy themselves, that's what cycling's all about. Some great entertainment, we've already seen it, from the paracycling to the women's pursuing there. And next up we're going to see a couple of medal ceremonies in the paracycling events. So some great racing. Get involved. #TrackChamps. You can also see a picture of me. That's a bit of a surprise. I told him to edit that and make me look good, but he obviously hasn't. So hashtag track cycling champs, get involved with the action. Meet the stars, see the stars. It's all happening here.
Let's get back to social media. Some of the best pictures there using the hashtag champs on the big screen. It's not just the supporters that are involved. Teams there are stories as well. A superb women's individual pursuit, which is not wrong there. 20 riders with a qualifying time. That was 3:45 and a top 12 all over the women's field. Very exciting times for British cycling. And then she goes on to say that she's won medals with the time from today, continuing to get very contention. So that shows the quality we've got on display, and still plenty of action to go. Next up, the paracycling race.
So we have a medal ceremony of the paracycling events, the 200 metre flying time trial. Just getting prepared. So 2 medal ceremonies. One for the mixed C class, 1 to 5. And the other for the mixed category, for the blind and visually impaired. Nice and relaxed. They've done their job today. I've seen the 1,000 metre time trial early on, and then the 200 metre flying time trial. The speed of some of these athletes is absolutely superb, as is some of the facial hair. And after these medal ceremonies, we'll see the female sprint final, and then we'll move on to the male pursuit. 4,000 metres, 16 laps of the track. We saw a national record go this morning, and John Archibald has already seen his sister win the national title again, and that will come later. But before that, we will see the C class ceremony, and the medals will be presented by Yarv Abbas, the strategic lead for sports at Manchester City Council. So in third place, riding for Outcast, we have Blaine Hunt. So a nice bronze medal for Blaine. And in second place, and winner of the silver medal, John Allen Butterworth MBE. Super effort there. But in first place, representing Para T, Jodie Cundy OBE. So Jodie Cundy, already a multiple champion in 2 disciplines, athletics and cycling. Takes another national title with pride. You can see how happy he is. So there you have our podium. Just presenting the flowers was Andy Francis, a British cycling member. So he gets to present the flowers. So thank you to Andy. Good job. So your national championship medalists: Jodie Cundy with gold, John Allen Butterworth in silver, and Blaine Hunt of Outcast in the bronze. So join us here at the National Championships here at Manchester Velodrome. On social media, hashtag track cycling, track champ, sorry. As we move on to the next final, the paracycling medal ceremony. And again, presenting the medals is Yarv Abbas, the strategic lead for sport at Manchester City Council. And the bronze medal going to James Ball, piloted by Peter Mitchell from Black Line. And in second place, winners of the silver medal, Sophie Thornhill, MBE, and Helen Scott, the pilot. So world champions of their own right. In this mixed event, having to settle for the silver medal. And winners of the gold medal, Neil Faki, MBE, and Matt Rotherham from Sport City Velo. So well done to those two. Matt's rather happy with this one. So they'll replace the world champion stripes with the British champion stripes. It's always a proud moment to put on your national stripes. And Neil Faki is now used to this. So there you have the medal ceremony. Again, presenting the flowers is Andy Francis, a British cycling member. Well done to your medal winners, James Ball and Peter Mitchell. In the bronze medal, Sophie Thornhill and Helen Scott. In the silver medal position, and Neil Faki and Matt Rotherham taking gold. So get involved, hashtag track champs. Hashtag track champs. Get involved in social media.
About halfway through the session, still plenty of race and plenty of ceremonies to come. In a few minutes' time, we'll start with the women's sprint finals. The first match, that's best of three.
So next up in the session tonight, the finals of the female sprint. The ride-off between 5th and 8th in the final for the male pursuit. And then we have the men's team sprint final. So plenty of action still to come as the medal ceremony is finished for the paracyclists. They will do their interviews now, and it looks as if we have Jodie Cundy with Rebecca Charlton. Okay, we're ready now to hear from Jodie Cundy with Rebecca.
On in front of your home crowds where you train each and every day.
It's pretty cool actually. Like we don't get to do like nationals and be at the top of our games and racing against like an even competition. Today it was just, to be fair, it was just men doing 200 metres. This morning it was a kilo, but we had men and women and 500 and kilos. So there's lots of maths that need to be done to work out who's won. But like straight head-to-head fight was pretty good today. So it's really nice to pull on this and to do the time I did. I'm pretty happy with that.
And how much hard work goes in each and every day behind the scenes to get that ride to perfection on the day?
Lots. It's lots of training on the track, lots of work in the gym, and lots of turbo sessions where you really don't want to be there. So yeah, you do those kind of things because it makes it all worth it at the end of the day. So yeah, we do it to be good here at Nationals and then be even better at World Championships and then to be absolutely dominant at Paralympics. So yeah, it all kind of leads to one thing to the other, and it's just a really addictive, fun thing to do.
Now, before we came on camera, we were having a little look at your leg design, so I've got to ask you again for all the viewers here and at home, talk us through it.
Okay, so this leg I've retired about 3 times now. Like I had it for London originally, then it was repainted for Rio, and then I'd retired it after the games. I keep having malfunctions with my leg that I use currently, so I have to keep dragging it out of the case at home and putting it back on. But basically it was designed to make it look like a pirate's leg. So when I used to walk on the beach when I was a little kid or whatever, my mum used to say there was a little pirate because I had a footprint on one side and like a hole where my stump had gone in the sand. So that kind of theme came through, and then it's like, actually, I lost the gold in London with the false start and stuff. So it's like, well, we'll have a treasure map for hunting for gold for Rio and stuff. So there's a treasure map from London to Rio on the side of it. There's bombs on the back for all the medals that I'd won at previous Paralympics, and yeah, the guys at Image Design just did an absolutely fabulous job. I mean, it looks like proper driftwood and like an old peg leg, and it's got this lovely kind of leather bit at the top.
Jodie, thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
What a story that is from Jodie Cundy. And it's great to see the paracycling events here at the British National Championships. Again, get involved. Hashtag track champs. Send us your picture. And a bit earlier today, we also spoke to Paralympians Sophie Thornhill, MBE, and also Helen Scott. And we caught up with them earlier today.
Helen, firstly, what does it mean to have this jersey on your shoulders?
Oh, it's really special, you know. I mean, we're world champions, but it's always really special to come to the national champs. You know, we've been doing it for a long time now, and every year it is really special. We're competing against the boys, so they do factor it. So it's a shame, you know, that it sort of always goes our way. But having said that, we still really enjoy beating the boys on the day, and putting on the national stripes is really, really special.
It is indeed special, and presumably even more so to share this as a pair as well.
Yeah, I think like it's always special to pull on a jersey, but when you get to pull it on with someone that you're really good friends with, it makes it even more special. You know, it's something that a sport can often be quite individual, whereas for us it's really sort of a team thing, so it makes it even more special.
And 7 weeks out now from the World Championships, this must carry a great deal of confidence.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's not long now, it's going to fly by really. There's a lot of hard work to do, but doing a time like that really kind of puts us in good stead going into the Worlds.
Thank you, congratulations.
Championships going up. And of course, Tokyo 2020 is on the horizon as well. But in the meantime, we hear from the riders, and Beth is making friends in the crowd. Where are you, Beth? Who have you got with you?
I am certainly making friends there in the track centre. We just look at the moment because what's your name? Rebecca. I must say it's a fantastic name. Now, I know you've been enjoying the racing so far. What's been your favourite?
Yeah. Before we go into the female sprint final, just going to show you some of the highlights from earlier today. So next up is the fight for the bronze medal in the female sprint competition, and that will be between Blaine Ridge-Davis and Katie Archibald. Don't know how Katie Archibald does this. She just finished the pursuit only a matter of minutes ago, taking the gold medal and defending her championship. Straight back onto the bike and the track, onto a sprint bike. So Blaine Ridge-Davis will want to try and take first blood, knowing that Katie Archibald has just finished the pursuit. And the tactic for Katie is just to keep the tempo up. She doesn't want to be messing around, stopping and starting. She's already warmed herself up in the pursuit, so bowling round here, just keeping the tempo high. She wants this over. She wants it over quick, and she's going to ask the question of Blaine Ridge-Davis from Peckham Challengers BMX. So the speed very high. Katie Archibald not messing around here, pushing on. Forget about tactics. This is just going to come down to pure strength. Katie Archibald not committed yet. Still staying high. Still high. Leaving this one late, but the power's down by Katie Archibald. She takes it from the front, takes it with power, and goes 1-0 up in the medal, the ride for the bronze medal. So 1-0 to Katie Archibald, and that was just a masterclass in strength. So no messing around for Katie Archibald. Didn't get involved with any stop-start, any tactics. No ill effects from the pursuit. Wanted to keep the tempo high. and I would think that that would be the tactic in the next round. So the best of 3. And we see from the replay here, an easy win in the end for Katie Archibald, just taking it on from the front. Just too much power for Blade Ridge Davis. So 1-0 Katie Archibald in the bronze medal ride-off. As we then move on to the ride of gold and silver, Jessie Crampton leads the way in this one. Sophie Capewell, Team Terminator, all the way through this competition. Both athletes have managed to get into the final as clean as possible. Both of them not beaten in the match sprints so far. Always going through 2-0 against their opponents. And Jessica Crampton wants to take this one from the front. She's keeping the tempo high. Sophie Capewell is looking like she always does to try and gain height in the track. Pushing Jessica, and this could be evenly matched, this one. So Jessica still leading from the front. Sophie trying to push up. Now she's committed. She dives up the track. Does Sophie trying to gain the height of the track and power herself up alongside Jessica, side by side in the final banking. How much has Jessica got left? This is going to be a close one, very close. Whoa, and that one will go down to the photo. Don't think we can call that. Photo finish required for that one. Quite an even contest there, an exciting one in the end. Sophie Capewell from Team Terminator had to come round the top there. Here we go again, side by side, the long way round for Sophie Capewell down the finishing straight, hanging on. It's going to be a close one. We'll wait for final confirmation, but just looking at here, it looks as if Sophie Capewell could have just nudged that one, but we'll wait for final confirmation on that. As we see, Jessica Crampton gets that one. So never trust the replay. Jessica Crampton giving that one from Sophie Capewell. So the fastest qualifier. Sophie Capewell, if she wants to win this title, has to do it the hard way. She has to win the next 2. So that's the first defeat for Sophie Capewell in this competition. She'll need to bounce back now. So Jessica Crampton in the driving seat, 1-0 up. And we'll see the women back later for the next round as we start to concentrate on the men's pursuits. The ride-off from 5th to 8th position. So we'll have 2 heats. And the fastest will go into 5th, second fastest 6th down to 8th place. 4 riders: Ethan Vernon from Team Inspired, Will Perrott from University of Derby CC, Fred Wright from Team Inspired, and Tom Ward from the University of Derby also. So 4 riders looking for the positions 5th to 8th. And then we'll move on to the bronze medal ride-off between Kyle Gordon and Jonathan Whale, and then the battle for the gold medal between John Archibald and Daniel Bigham. So just looking at the battle in the female sprint competition, you thought at this stage that Sophie Capewell was coming over the top with some momentum, and it was all in the throw here. Very difficult to tell from the camera, but they have a photo finish on the line, and they gave that one to Jessica Crampton from Sports City Velo. So Sophie Capewell has got it all to do now. She wants to win this national title. So moving on to the male pursuit ride between 5th and 8th. And I do believe if you're watching on Facebook Live that you might be in for a treat tonight. We believe that John Archibald wants to emulate his sister by not just winning the national title here, but he's also said that he's looking to go for the world record. And I believe the world record sits at 4:07. And this morning he set a new British record at 4:09. So he needs to find 2 seconds if he wants to break the world sea level record.
Get your predictions in. Is that a straight races win for Crampton, or is it going to 3? 200-metre time. Back to individual pursuit, and please welcome to the track in a home straight from Team Inspired, Ethan Vernon from University of Belfast.
So just to confirm, Ashton Lambie in the Pan American Championships in Mexico last year did a time of 4:07.251, and that's the time that John Archibald is looking to beat. So needs to find at least 2 seconds. So there's confirmation. Jessica Crampton 11:09.42. Sophie Capewell in second. So a 1-0 up for Crampton. So this is the ride off between 5th and 8th in the male pursuit. Ethan Vernon in the home straight in the green, and Will Perrott from the University of Derby, CC, in the back straight. And off they go. Only 1/10 of a second between them in qualifying this morning, so this should be a close one. All about where you finish. No medal at stake here. It's all about the time. So only 1/100th of a second between both of these riders earlier on today. So Will Perrott starting off fastest. So 16 laps of the track, 4 kilometres for the male riders, 3 kilometres for the women earlier. And it's still Will Perrott leading the way here. And he's leading it by some margin now. So Ethan Vernon, he's got a lot to do, because Will Perrott is flying around this track. So a 1:10 for Will Perrott in the first kilometre. And Will Perrott still in command of this ride off for 5th and 8th place. Has Ethan Vernon got anything left? So Will Perrott 1:48, which is 2 seconds quicker at the 1750 metre mark. So halfway now, 8 laps, 2 kilometres, and it's still Will Perrott. Now 2 seconds in front of Ethan Vernon. So Will Perrott determined to try and take as high enough place as possible in this individual championship. Just looking at the coach of Vernon, and he is down in schedule. So what has Vernon got left? Will Perrott, still no signs of slowing. He's getting very close to seeing the other rider on the track in front of him. So Ethan Vernon still down in schedule. As Will Perrott has almost got him in the same straight. So Perrott still in command here of this ride-off. Where will he finish? In the battle between 5th and 8th place. Still just over 2 seconds between them. Now up to 3 seconds now. So Will Perrott is going to take this one, but with still one heat to go. He still puts himself in a good position. 500 metres to go now. 2 laps to go. And Will Perrott can see Ethan Vernon on the straight now. So Will Perrott from the University of Derby is going to set a time of 4:16.251, and Ethan Vernon 4:19. So just to confirm there, my mistake, I stopped them half a lap early. Will Perrott finishes with a time of 4:24.399. And Ethan Vernon 4:27.527. So Will Perrott goes slightly quicker than he did this morning. Puts himself in prime position for 5th place. So the contest between Vernon and Perrott, easily won by Perrott. He showed no fatigue whatsoever from this morning's effort. Goes slightly faster. And Vernon just slows by 3 seconds. So Perrott in position for 5th place. So in the back straight of the final, we have Daniel Bigham of Hoop Watt Bike Test Team. Sorry, we on heat 2, I'm getting carried away here. Heat 2, in the home straight we have Fred Wright of Team Inspired, and in the back straight we have Tom Ward of the University of Derby. So already for the battle between 5th and 8th, Vernon with 4:27, Perrott with 4:24. So what can Wright and Ward do here? Clean start from both riders. And the time of Perrott is the one to beat if you want to finish in 5th place. Fred Wright getting the fastest start. So 0.3 of a second down on Perrott at this moment. So both riders now up to speed. Fred Wright sitting in 2nd place. Tom Ward in 4th after 500 metres. So it's all about time in this one. And Fred Wright still in 2nd by 0.9 of a second, so it just goes to show you the performance of Will Perrott earlier in the other heats. So still 2nd and 4th. Coming up to the first kilometre, Fred Wright with a time of 1:09. So 2nd fastest for Fred Wright. A bit to do if he wants to finish in 5th place. So less than a second between both riders on the track. 0.6 of a second, in fact, between both riders. So not a lot between the riders on the track, but they are battling for a time. So Tom Ward getting a little bit faster now, moves up to 3rd place. So he's looking to finish in 7th place. But for the moment, Will Perrott still in 5th. Fred Wright in 6th. Tom Ward now moves up into 7th, which will push Ethan Vernon down to 8th. So both riders about a minute, a second and a half slower than Perrott. So a bit to do here if they want to finish in 5th place. So looking good for Perrott at the moment with the 4:24. So it'll be 6 laps to go. Getting close now. Tom Ward now goes 2nd fastest. So Fred Wright moves down into 3rd. So the momentum is now with Tom Ward. So can Tom Ward beat his teammate? And Tom Ward this morning set a time of 4:24, and he's going to go faster if he wants to take the 5th place. So Fred Wright started well, but it's now Tom Ward, but he's 1.3 seconds down on his teammate Will Perrott. So has he got anything left to try and take over that 5th place? So Tom Ward looking good, but still 1.4 seconds down on Perrott. So 2 laps to go now. 500 metres. It looks as if Tom Ward is going to win this match. Fred Wright now pushed down into 4th place. So it looks as if Will Perrott will stay in 5th place. Tom Ward will take 2nd place. So 5th and 6th for University of Derby. The bell goes now. Fred Wright now down into 4th place. So 1.6 of a difference between the time of Will Perrott and Tom Ward. As Will Perrott finishes with a time of 4:26. Fred Wright finishes with a time of 4:31. So we now have the results from 58th. Will Perrott will finish in 5th. His teammates Tom Ward will finish in 6th place. 7th place will be Ethan Vernon, and in 8th place will be Fred Wright. Which now sets us up nicely for the medal winning rides. But before that, just watch the highlights here of the battle between Fred Wright and Tom Ward. Well, it was close earlier on. Fred Wright having the better of the starts, but then it came down to Tom Ward getting faster and faster. The man in black, was he going to overtake his teammate Will Perrott in the previous heat to take 5th place? But in the end it wasn't to be, and Tom Ward will settle for 6th place. So now moving on to the bronze medal ride-off. In the home straight, Kyle Gordon from RT23. On the back straight, Jonathan Whale from Hoop Watt Bike Test Team. So Kyle Gordon's time this morning, 4:15.791 against Jonathan Whale, 4:16.521. So 0.8 of a second between these two riders. So 10 seconds before the start. The ride-off for bronze. Oh, false starts in the back straight by Jonathan Whale. So we'll have to have a restart. Jonathan Whale just pulling his foot out. So the riders will just roll around, get off their bikes, start again. As you see, Jonathan Whale, when he accelerates straight out, the power he puts in to the start. Just trying to get a good start there. Just pulling his foot straight out the pedal. So you can already see that Jonathan Whale really wants to make it a 1-2-3 for the Hope Watt Bike Test Team in the national 4,000 metre pursuit. Just remember, you can join us on social media, #TrackChamps. Get your beautiful face on the screen. So we're here all weekend for the National Track Championships. We've had a great first day, not finished yet. We've seen Katie Archibald retaining her title in the women's pursuit over 3,000 metres. Her brother in the final after this for the gold medal ride-off. John Archibald has already said he's looking to ride for the world records at sea level. He broke it earlier on today with 4:09. He beat his own records, 4:10.177 in Switzerland in December. So we're all set again for the bronze medal ride-off. Kyle Gordon in the home straight from RT23. Jonathan Whale for Hoop Watt Bike Test Team. So, clean start now from Jonathan Whale. Oh, and another false start by Jonathan Whale. Pulled his foot out again. That was a strange one because it looked as if he was away and running. And what must Kyle Gordon be thinking? We watch the top of the screen. Jonathan Whale this time starts well, kicks away, and then when he gets into the banking, the foot comes out. So looking for a good start is Jonathan Whale. And we see in the past the track sprinters using extra tape, an old type of toe strap to make sure they don't pull their foot out. It just shows us that Jonathan Whale really looking to launch himself into this ride. So we start again.
We've received confirmation from the commissaires that due to 2 false starts, Jonathan Whale is disqualified and the bronze medal goes to...
We are just hearing confirmation that after 2 false starts, Jonathan Whale is being disqualified, which makes Kyle Gordon, without physically riding for the bronze medal, will take the bronze medal. So unfortunately, due to the technical of pulling your foot out twice, Jonathan Whale will not be able to ride off for the bronze medal. So the bronze medal going to Kyle Gordon of RT23. So that's quite unfortunate. But moving on to the final, and in a home straight, the British record holder, John Archibald. And in the back straight, we'll have Daniel Bigham. And it's all concentration on John Archibald, brother of Katie. He set a new British record this morning. Has said that he is targeting a new world record here tonight. So expect something special from the Flying Scot. So 30 seconds to go to the start. A different approach from both riders. There was 5 seconds of a difference between them in qualifying earlier on today. And they're off. Clean start for the gold medal ride. And John Archibald traditionally starts a little bit slower and winds it up the whole way. So Bigham fastest by 0.5 of a second for the first half lap. So not to worry about that. 0.7 down is John Archibald. So full concentration from both men here. So Bigham is still the fastest by 0.5 of a second. And we know that can disappear. 5 seconds, not 0.5 hundredths between them earlier on today in favour of John Archibald. So John Archibald still trailing by 1/100th of a second now. And now taking the lead. So John Archibald about to go under the 1,000 metres in 1:07. So already 0.4 of a second faster than Bigham. So John Archibald 0.6 faster. I think we know, barring any incidents, that John Archibald will be equaling his sister to taking the national title, but the question is, what time is he going to do? So it's all about John Archibald now. What time can he do? Already 1.298 faster than Bigham. So are we going to see another record set by John Archibald tonight? He's definitely got the form. He's looking and trying to get selection for the World Championships. John Archibald getting plenty of encouragement now, almost 2 seconds faster than Bingham. The crowd tried to lift him now, and I think they're starting to realise they're watching a special ride. So John Archibald almost has Bingham in his sight now, and that will give him the incentive. He's getting faster and faster. So just like Katie, the Archibalds are like a train that never stops. 2:38 for 2,500 metres, and he's got Bingham directly in his sight. So almost 4 seconds. So looking at the coach, does look as if John Archibald is on schedule to better his time. What can he do? So getting close to 4 to go. So 1,000 metres to go. 3:08 I think it was as he passes by. So 6 seconds faster than Bingham. So we're going to have a new national champion, and the Archibalds are going to be king and queen of pursuiting in the UK here as Archibald passes Bingham. So it's all about the time now, and he's decided that with the catch he's not going to go for the time. So the winner of the pursuit, the men's pursuit 4,000 metres, in a matter of a catch position, is going to be John Archibald. So John Archibald from Hub Wattbike Test Team is the new national pursuit champion of the UK, and hats off to Daniel Bingham for taking the silver. But we thought we were going to be in for a treat tonight, but we already seen that earlier on today with a super time of 4:09. So a new record set earlier on, and John Archibald just intent in winning that national title by a catch. So confirmation there, John Archibald taking gold in 3:32 by means of a catch. So a strong start by both, but it's only going to be a matter of time before John Archibald was catching his teammate. And when he caught his teammate, he decided that was it. He would settle for the title and settle for the British record earlier on today.
Goes for Archibald, 7.4 switch our attention back to the women's sprint.
So there's one Archibald and leaves the arena with a gold medal. Another one with already a gold medal, looking to try and win a bronze medal. Katie Archibald will be up on the track next in the women's sprint finals.
Up on your big screen, hashtag track chat. Get involved, thanks for all your tweets and your photos. Great to see all of you getting involved on social media. As we said, if you're not able to join us for the rest of the weekend, tune in on the British Cycling website to the live stream.
So Katie Archibald will be up next. riding off in the bronze medal ride in the sprint against Blaine Ridge Davis. So the women's sprint, match B, ride off for the bronze. Katie Archibald already 1-0 up. Just witnessed her brother win the national pursuit title. And Katie Archibald leads off, already 1-0 up. So Blaine Ridge Davis from Peckham Challengers BMX really needs to win this one to push this to a third ride. Katie Archibald for the first time, not pushing hard in this one. She wants to have a little bit of fun now, trying a bit of a track stand. I wouldn't say it's Katie's forte. She's already showed that she's got the power to take it on from the front, so she's decided that she cannot force Ridge Davis to take it on. So she's having to take it on her own. It worked the first time, but Blaine tries to surprise her. So Blaine Ridge Davis goes for a long one now. The surprise, we've seen it happen in the past. Katie Archibald still has enough time to come back, but this is a brave move from Ridge Davis. Exciting racing here. But Katie Archibald still has a lot to do here. I'm not too sure she's got it. She's sat up. Katie Archibald is sat up now. Ridge Davis is going to take this to a third ride, so we've got a battle on our hands. A little bit of strange tactics from Katie Archibald. After all, she has been involved with the pursuit and the sprinting today, so it lacks of a bit of concentration. But then again, great move from Blaine Ridge Davis, taking the initiative. Didn't want to take it on from the front. Caught Katie Archibald napping, went for it and deserved that win. So 1-1 in the ride off for bronze, so it will go to a third ride. So exciting racing here on the Manchester Velodrome in the women's sprint. Blaine Ridge Davis takes that with 12.077. Katie Archibald will have to come back onto the track yet again today and try and take the win to take that bronze. But looking at Blaine Ridge Davis, she knows she's seen a weakness in Katie Archibald and is going to look for the surprise yet again. So on to the final, and it's 1-0 for Jessie Crampton. So Crampton against Capewell. And Crampton taking this one from the front. Capewell was in the inside position, so she had to start. But Crampton, with confidence, she knows she's already 1-0 up, and she's riding this one with pace. We'll see Capewell start to dive up the track a little bit, looking for the height. But Capewell just struggled to come by Crampton the last time. So I think that Capewell will maybe want to take this one by surprise, try and take this one from the front again, and Crampton knows this. She wants to hold her back. So like predicted, Capewell wanted to take this one from the front. So let's see what Crampton's got. Can Crampton do what Capewell did in the previous rounds? Coming into the finishing straight, it looks like Capewell's back. So Capewell takes that one quite convincingly. So she's realised her mistake in the first round, takes it on from the front, shows that she was the fastest, and she has been the fastest in qualifying. So not only does the bronze ride go to a third ride, the gold medal ride goes to a third ride. So both matches, the bronze, the gold and the silver, going to a third round and a final round. So Sophie Capewell, 11.563, so a fast one there. Jessica Crampton has to settle for second this time. So they'll have to go away, relax as much as they can and come back for the final ride off for the gold medal. So Capewell deciding to take this one from the front and try and see if Crampton can round the top. And the answer was no, she never had the power. So now Capewell knows what she has to do in the final round. So she's got the power and the speed. But then again, Crampton knows she won the first leg of this heat, or the ride-off for the gold medal. She knows what she has to do, so a bit of thinking behind this one. So the ride's off for the bronze, and the gold and silver will come a little bit later. But now we're going to concentrate on the team sprint finals. So stay with us or join us on social media, #TrackChamps. So we're going to see the bronze medal ride-off with Black Line A against Sports City Velo. Gold and silver medal ride-off by the favourites and defending champions, and Northwest against Slingshot. So exciting racing in the women's sprint. Straight on to team sprinting in the men's. So on paper, Northwest setting the fastest times throughout the qualifying. And when you consider their team, Jack Carlin, Phil Hines, Jason Kenny, Ryan Owens, we'll just confirm that lineup because they've used 4 riders in the 2 previous rounds, so we'll just confirm that when they take the start, what 3 they're going to ride. So exciting first day here in Manchester Velodrome. The crowd really appreciating it. So don't go away. Team sprint coming up, and then we have the women's sprint conclusion.
Introducing HSBC UK Ready Set Ride, a fun and easy way to teach your kids how to ride a bike.
Well, I'm down in the track centre here, and I'm just next to actually the bike of Blaine Ridge Davies, an absolutely beautiful looking machine. Now, I thought we'd have a little walk around and just see what happens down here. We've got the all-important bottles for hydration, chairs, of course, for the riders to rest their legs in between so many heats. throughout the day and evening sessions, and the rollers. Another really crucial item of kit that you will see all the riders down here warming up and warming down on. No turbo trainers to hook into, although some of them obviously choose that. A very easy tool for the riders to get themselves prepared and race ready. Now, we've had a very brief look, but if you've got any questions, keep them coming in using the hashtag TrackChamps, and we'll endeavour to get them answered.
So we're just waiting on the team sprint finals. So if you thought the women's sprint was interesting, just before we go to the team sprint finals, let's have a look at what the team sprint entails.
Team Sprint. Teams of 3 for men and 2 for women compete over 3 laps for men and 2 laps for women. In the qualifying heat, each team competes against the clock to qualify for the first round. The task of the starting rider is to get out of the gate cleanly and bring the team up to speed as quickly as possible. After 1 lap, the first rider peels off to allow the next rider to make the pace. The leading rider must not swing up before a full lap is complete and must peel off between the area 15 metres after the start line, otherwise the team will be disqualified. The quickest 8 teams in qualifying go through to the first round, in which the fastest compete against the slowest. The winning teams from the first round with the 2 best times will ride off in the finals for gold and silver. The next 2 fastest teams ride off for bronze and 4th place. In the event of a false start, the team is permitted another start, with only 2 starts allowed.
On the home straight, please welcome Black Line.
So straight into the finals here, the bronze medal ride between Black Line A and Sports City Velo. So Black Line A on the home straight, Sports City Velo on the back straight. 3 laps of the track, and off they go. So Black Line A looking strong and looking to set the fastest fast lap. But their man 2 has a bit to do as he punches into the air behind the first rider. Still looking strong as Black Line A, fastest by almost 1 second. So it looks like the bronze medal could be going to Black Line. The bell rings and Black Line still pushing. Just over 1 second now. So Black Line coming up to take the bronze medal. Super ride there, great time, 45.585, beating Sports City by 0.807. So well done to Peter Mitchell, Niall Monks and Alex Pratt. They beat Sports City to the bronze medal. So Black Line A, the first medal of the team sprint. So they take the bronze. So we await the gold and silver medal ride off between Northwest and Slingshot. We just look back at that ride there by Black Line A. Good clean start, but a good solid ride by Man 1 and Black Line A. They carried that momentum all the way to the final rider. Strong ride by Man 2, setting up Man 3 to deliver the bronze medal for Black Line A. So on to the gold and silver medal ride. In the home straight, we have Northwest. Looking at the lineup there, they have used 4 riders so far: Jack Carlin, Phil Hines, Jason Kenny and Ryan Owens. In the back straight we have Slingshots in the purple, Alistair Fielding, Lewis Stewart and Hamish Turnbull. So Philip Hines was in the previous rounds, but that looks to me as if Jack Carlin is back in man 2 position. So Ryan Owens leads the way for the defending champions. Jack Carlin, Jason Kenny. Here we go, and they're off. And in fact, it's man 3 is in fact Philip Hines. So Northwest changing this up. Already the fastest is Northwest, but only by 0.14. A lot to do for Slingshot. Big gaps between them. Jack Carlin comes up now, and he'll step to the sides. And this looks like Philip Hines leading the final lap here, and they're leading by 1.395. So what's the time going to be? Up to the line, bang, 43.638. So again, Northwest, the team sprint champions, mixing it up in the team between Jack Carlin, Phil Hines, Jason Kenny and Ryan Owens, but to great effect. But well done to Slingshot, Alistair Fielding, Lewis Stewart and Hamish Turnbull, taking a fine second place with a 45.697. But when you're up against world-class riders such as the Northwest, they're always going to be hard to beat. Kenny, here we go, a good start. Slingshot looked a bit ragged at this moment, big gaps between them, but it's the experience of the Northwest as Philip Hines brings it home for another gold medal ride for the Northwest. So they defend their title in this competition. So Northwest take gold, Slingshot take silver, and Black Line 8 will take the bronze medal. We now move on next to the medal ceremonies for the pursuits. Just take a few minutes for that to happen as the backdrop is now being positioned. So we're probably about 2 to 3 minutes away from the medal ceremonies for the female and male pursuit titles. So just bear with us, or join us on social media, #TrackChamps. Send us your pictures, get involved. So all mod cons here in Manchester, the backdrop being positioned behind the podium.
Over 300,000 names as well as this track is in there. Individually punch all those names into the track, so it takes a little while to construct one of these. So you can see the times that have been put down. This track designed by Ron Webb has always been a fast track. This one is just as quick. You can see that from the time that have been put down here. The HSBC UK British National Track Cycling Championships. Don't forget as well the BMX Supercross to come in 27-28. Get some tickets for that.
So just waiting for the pursuit presentations. We will see the first presentation for the women's pursuit 3,000 metres. Then on to the men's 4,000 metre pursuit.
Waiting for their presentation ceremony. The athletes in position, of course.
So Katie Archibald has done a shift today in the pursuit, in the sprint, which hasn't finished. She's gone from winning the national title in the pursuit straight on to the bronze medal ride-off in the sprint. That's not finished yet. Up onto the podium, back off, warm up, back onto the sprint final match. So don't forget, join us on social media, #TrackChamps. We're just about to go. And in fact, I think Katie Archibald is trying to hurry up these proceedings. She's still got a ride off for the bronze medal in the sprint to come. I think we need to start calling her Wonder Woman. I don't think she spent more time on the track tonight than off the track, that's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the 2019 HSBC UK British Cycling National Track Championships.
So the medal ceremony for the women's 3,000 metre pursuit. And presenting the medals will be Martin Merriweather from British Cycling, Strategy Director.
In second place, the winner of the silver medal, riding for Team Hub, Naya Evans. And first place, the winner of the gold medal and the national champion, Katie Archibald.
So national champion Katie Archibald. She'll be wanting to put this jersey on as quick as possible and go and warm up for potentially another podium performance. Second place, fellow Scots Nia Evans, and in third place Eleanor Dixon of Drops. So well done Katie Archibald. Presenting the flowers, Andrew McConnell and his daughter Rebecca, both British Cycling members. So Andrew McConnell and his daughter Rebecca having the courtesy of presenting the flowers here. So there are your medalists. Eleanor Dixon in third, Nia Evans of Team Hub in second, and your champion for the second year in a row, Katie Archibald. And it's not over for Katie. She'll have to go and warm up for the ride off for the bronze in the sprints. Maybe a quick word with her brother But a great night for the Archibald family, both national champions in the pursuit. So stick with us. We have this ceremony for the 4,000 metre men's pursuits, followed by Ride C of both the bronze, the gold and silver ride-offs, and the female sprint. So John Archibald winning by a matter of catch. We'd heard earlier that he was looking to possibly ride and go for the records, but pulling up straight after the catch. And again, the medals presented by Martin Merriweather of British Cycling, Strategy Director. And in third place, Kyle Gordon. Never got to ride for the bronze. Jonathan Whale disqualified after 2 false starts, unfortunately. Pulled his foot out. Silver going to Daniel Bigham of Hope Wattbike Test Team. And he was caught in the final in 3:32 by John Archibald from Hope Wattbike Test Team. So a double for the Archibald family in both male and female pursuits here at the Manchester Championships. So the flowers again being presented by Andrew McGonnell and his daughter Rebecca, both British cycling members, witnessing a bit of family history as brother and sister become champion in the same discipline of the individual pursuit. So there you have gold, silver and bronze. John Archibald in gold, Daniel Bigham in silver, and Kyle Gordon in bronze. So a good night for Hope Wattbike Test Team, and a fantastic night for the Archibald family. Smiles all around. So they'll go off and do some interviews, but it's straight on to the women's sprint. 1-1 in the bronze medal ride-off between Blaine Ridge Davis and Katie Archibald, and 1-1 between Sophie Capewell and Jessica Crampton. So a real battle on our hands for all 3 medals. Somebody's going to be disappointed.
I think to get there it has to be perfect, doesn't it? So if it has to work there, if you veer off course even slightly, so perhaps you knew that this is keep it quality in the night. But with the gold medal, with the British Championship jersey, it's a good day's work for Archibald.
So after the finals here, please hang around for the team sprints and the female sprints medal ceremonies. But before then, we need to come to the conclusion of the female sprints. We've just seen her in the podium. Katie Archibald now being pushed onto the track. And Ridge Davis from Peckham Challengers BMX in the black. She must think that Katie Archibald may be slightly fatigued Katie Archibald, how's she going to ride this? Because she was outmanoeuvred in the previous leg, and deciding now to do what she did in the first leg, just go out there and ride with pace. And this doesn't look good for Rich Davis, and Rich Davis will want to try and possibly slow this down a little bit. If it comes down to sheer power, we know that Katie Archibald can deliver, and she's looking to do this. This is going to be a fast one. There's nothing Rich Davis can do about this. So no element of surprise. Katie Archibald looking to get onto the podium for the second time today. As Rich Davis tries to go underneath, Katie Archibald just closes the door, uses her power. About 2 bike lengths she has on Rich Davis. Rich Davis making a fight of this, but you can only think coming down the finishing straight, she's going to hang on. Katie Archibald takes it. So another visit to the podium for Katie Archibald. So bronze goes to Katie Archibald for a good fight there from Rich Davis and from the Pekin Challengers BMX. And a good contest this women's sprints have been here at the Nationals. Shaking of hands there. Rich Davis knows that she was up against a strong competitor, but took it to 3 legs. She has to keep her head held high after beating Katie Archibald to take it to 3 legs. So Katie Archibald takes it out 12.147. Rich Davis will leave disappointed, but possibly happy that she's got this far. She'll finish 4th in the competition with Katie Archibald. She'll have to visit the podium later on in the bronze medal position, but this is all about gold and silver. 1-1 apiece. In the insides, Capewell, Crampton on the outside. And last time Crampton wanted to take it on right from the front. Not this time. Manoeuvres Capewell to the front. And we already know that Capewell, plays into her hands. She was the fastest in qualifying. She wants to take it from the front. In the first leg, she just failed to go over the top of Crampton. She came back in the second leg, took it from the front. Crampton had no answer. So Crampton must, coming into their last lap, must take it on from the front, I suspect. Otherwise it could be game over. So respect to both of these athletes. Capewell just slowing it down. Wanted to try and manoeuvre herself to the front, stay at the front. Crampton looking for height. Capewell starting to increase her pace now, knowing that Crampton is going to dive down. Here we go. Not fully committed yet, it's Capewell. Here we go, into the last 200 metres. Crampton is all to do now. She failed the last time, and I feel that Capewell has got this. She's closing, but I don't think she's got enough to come round. This looks as if it's going to be Capewell's, and it is. Capewell takes it. She learned that she had to take it from the front like she did the previous time. She had the power. She qualified fastest and now showed with her track craft. She becomes the new national champion of Britain. So well done, Sophie Capewell of Team Terminator. She'll take gold. Great ride by Jessica Crampton from Sports City Velo. Will take the silver medal. And Katie Archibald will take bronze. That medal ceremony will be coming up very shortly. So here we go again, Capewell taking it from the front. Crampton, a lot to do. You could see that she was tying up, just getting to the back wheel of Capewell. But a good contest. And Capewell makes it 2-1 to take the title. There we go, confirmation. Capewell 11.816. Jessica Crampton in second place. It went to 3 rounds, 2-1 to Capewell, and she becomes the new national champion of the UK.
Don't forget as well, book your tickets for the Supercross in April during Atlantis. You've never been.
So please stay with us here on Facebook Live for the team sprint medal ceremony and the female sprint medal ceremony. Respect our champions. It's been hard fought. But before the ceremonies begin, we're going to talk a little bit about the background of the track.
The first thing anyone that walks into this velodrome tends to notice first is the banking, and just how steep it is. As you can see with us stood here, that's a whopping gradient of 42 degrees. And in fact, Manchester Velodrome was resurfaced just last year, and a lot of work went into it.
Yeah, so April last year, this amazing track was resurfaced. It takes 60,000 metres of Siberian spruce to make a track like this, over 200,000 nails as well, all hand punched.
It's absolutely incredible, the work that goes in behind the scenes here. And if you look to the bottom of the track here where I'm stood, this black line is so crucial, especially when the riders are taking on the timed events like the individual pursuit, like the team pursuit. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so you want to hit that 250 metre line. That's the shortest route around the track. And you'll see on the timed events we put the little sand blocks out as well. If you move just 10 boards up from that black line, you're travelling an extra 1.2 metres every lap. So you want to keep as low as possible and keep this track as short as possible.
Yeah, well, I certainly would, that's for sure. Now, a lot of people take to these boards each and every year. Tell us some facts about that.
Yeah, so if you take all the riders that come here for training sessions, all the track leagues, all these nationals and World Cups and World Championships and that sort of thing, we've worked out that it's roughly 13.1 million laps of this velodrome are done every year.
Absolutely incredible. And a few facts and figures to think about as the riders battle it out over the weekend at the HSBC UK National Track Championships.
Great insight there to what the riders have to put up with and deal with. Not for the faint-hearted. As we move on to the team sprint presentation. And the bronze medal winning team sprint team is Black Line. So 3 of the riders using 4 riders in the team sprints. 3 on the line. So Peter Mitchell, Niall Monks, Alex Spratt among the 4 riders for Black Line 8. Slingshots taking a good silver medal. Alistair Fielding, Lewis Stewart, Hamish Turnbull. But the winners and defending champions are Northwest. They used 4 riders, but Jason Kenny looks to have left the building, leaving Phil Hines, Ryan Owens and Jack Carlin to take the honours. And this was the gold winning team. Jason Kenny was in the early rounds, a flying visit. Philip Hines used to be man 1, now tested out man 3 there. In fact, Philip Hines was in position 2 and 3 today. So presenting the medals, Sam Roden of HSBC UK, the Area Director of Greater Manchester. So well done. The gold medal winners, Northwest, Slingshot in silver, and Black Line 8 in bronze medal. The flowers being presented by Belinda Cooper, a British cycling member. So let's get involved. Hashtag Track Champs. So a good competition this, but the favourites have delivered yet again, the Northwest. Hard to beat when they've got Olympic and world champions in their team. So hats off to Slingshots and Black Line 8 for putting up a good competition here at the National Championships. So there are your medalists in the black, Black Line 8, Slingshot in the purple, silver medal, but champions yet again, Northwest, Jack Callan, Phil Hines and Ryan Owens. So then we move on to the presentation of the women's sprint, and what a contest that was. It seemed plain sailing all the way through until we got to the final 4. Everybody going through, 2-0 up, and then both rides in the finals went to 3 legs. So great advert for women's sprinting here in the UK. Very entertaining. Please bear with us. So just remember, hashtag track champs through your social media. Let's see all you beautiful people out there. So a fantastic first day here. 2 days to go. Some great racing over Saturday and Sunday, non-stop. Some new and deserving champions. And Sophie Catewell is going to take that national jersey with pride. Katie Marchant, the defending champion, called into the squads to ride in Hong Kong. It opened the door for Catewell. She had to fight for it in the end. A great battle between herself and Jessie Crampton. So the bronze medal in the women's sprints to go with her gold medal in the women's pursuits. Katie Archibald.
In second place, winner of the silver medal.
And in second place, winner of the silver medal, Jessica Crampton of Sports City Velo. A good contest. So So she seems happy with that. The fastest in qualifying. And the new national champion, Sophie Capewell of Team Terminator. She never got it easy. Presenting the medal, Sam Roden of HSBC UK, Area Director of Greater Manchester. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of Sophie Capewell. Presenting the flowers, Belinda Cooper, British cycling member. So your podium in the women's sprint, Katie Archibald in bronze, Jessica Crampton in silver, and Sophie Capewell, your new national champion. So thank you for staying for the medal presentation. It's very important. I hope you've enjoyed the 2 sessions here on Facebook Live. But before we go, we need to have one final word from our host today, Rebecca Charlton. She's just standing by to say our goodbyes for the day. It's been a record-breaking day for some riders, a busy day for others when you think of Katie Archibald.
Well, that concludes a brilliant first day of racing here at the HSBC UK National Track Championships. We'll be back tomorrow live at 8:20 a.m. with all the race sessions coming up tomorrow. Make sure you join us then. And in the meantime, for everything else you need to know about the world of British cycling, head to britishcycling.org.uk. Well, bye for now. We'll see you tomorrow.